All pirates, yes, they rob I, sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Yeah, another one, another one. Come back with that next one. I don't even know how to start this one because it's a very sensitive topic. Um, since I uploaded my last video, I've been more or less, doing introspective of self. You know, deep meditation on the things that I've experienced within my life and the things I would like to accomplish moving forward. And as a result of that, I came across something about it's called family mobbing. At first, I when I saw the video, I watched it and then I put it down. Then I recently got a phone call from my father, and I automatically just dismissed the call. And you know, same thing I do to mommy, I do it to you. Hang up and block. As a result of the things that I've been experiencing, you know. One of the last conversation I had with my father was he told me that if I didn't go to church with him, I would live a life of damnation. And I remember asking him, well, what type of church you affiliated with, you know? And he really couldn't answer the question. I believe I think he did call my sister, my older sister, and she told him that it was a non-denomination church. Um, I'm not really, you know, I believe a non-denomination church is a church that they supposedly they welcome all different types of religion. However, they their main deity is Jesus Christ. I don't have nothing wrong with that. Okay. Um, I used to believe, but now I know, and there's a big difference in that. To believe is to have a lack of knowledge. To know is the beginning of awakening. So you know better, you do better. Long and short of the story. When I reflect on the brief moment I had this little conversation with my father, I started reflecting on the things that transpired with my mother and my sisters, and even my kids, my two boys, Punk and Boss. Big up all yourself wherever all is, if all you're alive. And well, when I got this family mobbing information and I started reflecting on it, I was like, oh, that's what I just survived. Family mobbing. You know, you would you would sometimes excuse me, I'm actually in Prospect Park sitting under one of these trees here, and uh, the the little stalks. Hey, look, bird just bless me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. As I was saying, I was reflecting on you know the things that transpired within the time period, interacting, talking about mommy and daddy and family and all kind of thing. Well, when I started thinking about this family mobbing, I realized, oh shit, family mobbing. That is why I just went through. Now, family mobbing is, let me break it down in my simplest terms based on what I understand. Um, you would see somebody on the streets and they so-called homeless. Most of the times, these people are extremely intelligent, and as a result of their knowledge, they decide they don't want to be a part of a member of a family or organization. And in some cases, let's say the family, um, the head of the household or the hierarchy of the family decides, well, they don't want that individual in the family. And as a result of they having ties to um, secret societies, um, I ain't gonna call any names. There's so much of them, because they have ties with people in power that are members of secret societies. They use the system to manipulate that one individual. So, hypothetically speaking, for instance, uh, you and your father or your mother not on speaking terms, or you always arguing, or whatever the case may be, um, and excuse me, um, you're actually looking for work, and every time you apply for a job or you apply for work, either you get denied, or they will tell you they're gonna call you and they never call you, or there's always an issue. to the point where you give up on it and you can't find work. When you least expect, the problem isn't necessarily you. However, it's possible as a result of the remorse your siblings have for you and the ties that they have with these other um, so called entities. You're somewhat outcast from the the norm, you know, and basically uh, that's what um, family mobbing is. Um, Another example, uh, in the Bible, the story of Joseph. The story of Joseph goes something like Joseph was his father's favorite. He had other brothers, and uh, his brothers didn't really like Joseph because he was daddy favorite, and as a result of having, as a result of being dad's favorite, they were on their way to market and they decide to sell him as a slave. And as a result of being sold, he later on became um, the king, or one of the king's servant or something like that. Only to find out that years after, they, they when things was doing bad and they needed help, that's when they realized, well, okay, you know, that in itself, that in itself is called family mobbing. The fact that he was uh, sold into slavery, that in itself is a form of family mobbing. You know, yeah, the thing deep, man. And it's even though it's old, it's also unethical. You know, um, most of these artists that you see out there, um, that's how they end up getting their fame and fortune. You know, uh, they they go through the rituals and all of these things, and eventually they tell them what time it is, and they make them sign certain papers so that they don't speak out. And as a result of not being able to speak out, they they get whatever, riches, whatever the case may be. You know, the next one is family bombing. The next one, family bombing, and the next one is Project MK often. Yeah. Now that one, well, based on the information I get, and I'll look at Google this too, eh? All right. Google what is mobbing, what is family mobbing, and what is Project MK often. Now, based on what I've learned over the past couple of weeks, Project MK often was a special program where the CIA studied, um, their studies were based on the effects of witchcraft and spirituality. These things were done in the 1960s, and it was outlawed in the 1950s to 1973, around the same time I was born. So, for me to be speaking out on these things, your average person around my age, we wouldn't know about these things simply because um, it was more or less outlawed or banned within our time, before our time, and as a result of the things I've experienced, and I did my little due diligent research. um, I came to find out that these things are um, I'm playing with nature too. I'm sorry, I'm playing with nature. A little bug got on my arm. Yeah. I'm sorry, as I was saying. Yeah. As a result of doing my research, I sit down and I analyze things, and I pray and I meditate. You know, and I ask the universe for guidance and help me to gain certain knowledge and understanding as to what I'm experiencing, and as a result of that, certain things come to me, and all right, okay, it's all good, it's all good. I'm sorry. Yeah, certain things come to me, and I take it as a sign that the universe is speaking to me in that sense. You know, um, some of the, let me see. Now, when it comes to MK, often, Project MK often, um, these are special um, craft that are used in the court systems. I have reason to believe that it's also possible that there's how you say it, uh, criminal activities within the federal court system. You know, especially in New York where I'm at. You know, I'm not I'm not saying all the court system or all the judges on them, they corrupt or they involve in organized crime. There are specific ones who may get kickbacks because they are affiliated with certain organization and members of secret societies, and they get money under the table to um, dismiss a case or um, plead guilty to um, you understand what I'm saying, right? Yeah, they get kickbacks to manipulate the case into a specific favor, more or less. You know, um, uh, I don't have technically. I may or may not have evidence on it. All right, but right now at this moment, I'm speculating. However, um, based on hmm, based on my court case and my experience within the court system, yeah, I sense there's organized crime in the yeah, there could be, but I don't know how to report these organized crimes that I'm experiencing or I sense. So I'm just doing my part to move forward with my life. You know, that's the best I could do. Um, these things are very sensitive issues. All right, and if anybody out there that thinks or have reason to believe or know that they're experiencing family mobbing or Project MK often, I would suggest that you speak to the proper authorities about it. Um, maybe the FBI or um, somebody that would be an attorney. Yeah, somebody that could advise you as to how to um, deal with it and moving forward. Help you improve the quality of your life moving forward. You know. Um, again, I have uh, my next video. I would elaborate on what I'm about to do. All right. Until then, do your best and live on value every day. That's what Marlo called love. All right. Um, remember, it's imperative that you learn how to value yourself more than anything else. Grandma Rosie used to say silver and gold would vanish away, but a good education would never fail. So, yeah, I'm just doing my best, like Bamali say, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book, the book, the book. Like, share, and subscribe. All right, and until I see you guys soon, but not now.